Speaking of difficult situations, when you transition to acting on film,
Mhm.
most of your projects were independent films. And it was the time, yung ganyang mid-2000s na may kasagsagan ng experimentation ng mga filmmakers in independent cinema. Difficult time siguro yun, more difficult dahil kung ano-anong gusto nilang mangyari, di ba? Kung ano-ano naiisip nila, tapos ikaw yung favorite nilang i-cast. So how is that like? Di ba
Yung
merong sobrang haba na pelikula, merong
Yes.
di ba? Yung ganun.
Kasi for some reason, the transition wasn't that hard for me dahil umuoo ako sa student films eh. 'Di ba? Yung may mga iba kasi, sorry niraracket ang student films. 'Di ba? Oh God, para for your information viewers,
Para malaman nila kung ano ba
may
yun.
mga actors na they keep a list na talaga of universities na, for example, pag binanggit ng university na to, ay oohan mo yan kasi maganda sila magbayad. Yeah.
Mm.
Ito naman, ay oohan mo kasi maganda naman pero yung bayad di masyado. Ganyan. Meron na silang ganun. Ako, bilang nag-start there, aware ako dun, but that's not why I say yes. I say yes to them because I believe they are the future filmmakers. Dito pa lang, I'm creating a relationship with these kids. Because you
Yes,
never
yes.
know, guys, you never
Mm-mm.
know. And the reason I'm saying that is because it did happen. I found myself on a set ng isang mainstream na pelikula, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit ako nandun. Kasi nga mainstream eh. Tapos lumapit sa akin yung director, tapos sabi niya, natatandaan niyo pa po ako. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko siya natatandaan. Okay?
Sa dami ng ginawa mo ng
Pero,
pelikula.
pero,
Oo,
pero ang sabi
oo.
niya, oh, ikaw pala yan. Joke lang.
Nandun na siya sa moment.
Napagano'n talaga ako. Pero inamin ko, shit, hindi eh, sorry ganyan. Tapos tinry niya pang ikwento yung student film niya. Tapos parang naaalala ko, pero hindi ko siya maalala. Anyway, ang ending, kaya ko po kayo kinuha dito kasi hindi ko nakalimutan yung ginawa niyo for me nung thesis ko. And this person is a very big director now. Diba? Who would have known? Tapos ako talaga yung
So,
Ikaw ang dahilan bakit
inasal,
siya nakagraduate.
oh, so yung hindi ko
tsaka,
hindi ko alam. I mean, hindi ako umuo sa student films dahil nangyari yun ha. Yun yung
oh,
confirmation lang na
oo,
tama ako. Na pag ganun ako,
oo.
tama ako eh.
Hindi,
Because
hindi,
sila talaga
you
eh.
were not consciously doing it.
Mm-mm.
And it was only in hindsight that you realized that it was leading to that.
Yeah.
So
Oo. So,
parang you just wanted to support other artists, fellow artists.
oo.
Mm.
So, kasi nga, for me, it's about the kwento talaga. So, parang, I bet, ganyan. So, it's more of inuohan ko, especially when I was young, it was more of gusto ko pang matuto. Kaya ako mo ganyan. Yung parang, there's something to be learned everywhere, di ba? And, so yun, dahil doon, transitioning into that phase of independent film dito, hindi ako nahirapan kasi ganito lang din naman. Alam mo, kasi syempre yung mga bata gustong gumraduate, so minsan kung ano-anong gusto nilang mangyari sa thesis nila, di ba? Tapos, ang belief ko nun was, susundin ko sila. Kasi thesis nila yon. Kahit hindi ako
Mm.
nag-agree sa sinulat nila, kahit hindi ako nag-agree sa direksyon nila, ang tingin ko ay, thesis nyo to, bibigay ko sa inyo yung gusto nyo. So it was training for me to figure out how to do something that I don't agree with. Parang ganon. 'Di ba? So again, babalik ako dun sa edi ito nga yung pinaniniwalaan mo, pero what if ito yung pinapagawa sa'yo? So it's gumaganon siya. The training for me nagme-meld. 'Di ba? If I can believe that this is really happening and I'm allowing myself to do all this in a scene, so now I have a director telling me the weirdest instructions, 'di ba? As the actor, I have to make it work. So that's how I figured into that scene, yung mga student film and that phase of the independent film industry na I know what you're doing. I know what you want to achieve, 'di ba? So if you got me, I want to be part of that. Just because it's also part of my training. Parang ganun. Mag-make sense ba? Sorry haba ng sagot.
Yes.
Mm.
Oo.
Ikaw ba yung klase ng ano, ikaw ba yung klase ng artista na parang, tawag dito, parang ibigay mo sa akin yung destinasyon kung ano yung kailangan ko i-deliver. Pero hindi ba minsan may mga director na talagang every step of the way, o dapat ganito, o dapat ito yung pinanggalingan mo. Would you rather na parang iwanan ka na lang to your own devices, tapos basta pagdating mo doon sa eksena, pag magte-take na, ito na i-deliver ko na. Or gusto mo yung gagabayan ka every step of the way hanggang makarating ka dito sa kung ano yung kailangan mo i-deliver.
Well, honestly, gusto kong
Maganda
hayaan
kayo.
ako. Kung ako lang
Okay.
naman. Mas gusto
Kasi
kong
meron ka
hayaan.
ng proseso eh.
Oo, but I know na directors have this little movie in their heads already. Diba? Just like those students. Diba? Meron na silang little movie in their heads na kakapitan nila yon. Kasi ito pa ha, especially with indie, most of the time, these directors have had this script for years.
Oh,
'Diba?
yeah.
So ngayong may opportunity sila na i-produce at itayo at gawin tong pelikula, nandun pa rin sila sa script na hinawakan nila for years. So
Sa
alam ko
moment of
yun.
writing. Oo, sa
Oo.
writing.
Na-picture na nila kung paano to mangyayari. Ganyan. And sometimes, kailangan ko rin tanggapin na hindi ako yung first choice para sa role na to. Kailangan ko rin tanggapin yun. So, I know. And sometimes I expect na every moment, i-direct ako ng malala, di ba? So what I do na lang in that situation is that I treat the instructions as my given circumstances, just like a script. Diba? So if that's my given circumstances, I'm gonna make it work with my imagination and my real circumstances. But, and that, hindi naman but, so gagawin ko muna or sisikapin kong gawin yung lahat ng pinapagawa sa akin sa first take. If it works, wala akong sasabihin after that. If it doesn't work, doon na yung discussion. Saka ko lang sasabihin yung sa akin. And then we can do another version. So that way, the director can choose. Diba? Pero ang first task ko is to make it work. Diba? Kasi, yun na nga.
It's a matter of ethics din eh, no? Yung ganyan na, be respectful.
And the ethics come from training. Kasi if, what I've noticed then is that the actors who say stuff like that na, hindi po kasi ako ganon, or I wouldn't say this line, keme, ganyan. Yung, gawin mo, una sa lahat ang gusto ko kasing sabihin, gawin mo muna, baka naman, di ba? Kung pwede lang, di ba? Pero, kasi yun yung akin eh, minsan may moments din ako na, parang ayoko tong linya na to. Di ba? Pero if I can make it work and the director believes it, edi wala na akong problema, di ba? But to complain about it before ka mag-take, it's kind of weird. Di ba? So it's coming from training, and actors who do that are usually familiar with a certain technique na hindi ko na lang sasabihin, di ba? So they're very indulgent in that sense. Di ba? And these are actors who think it's about them. Therefore, they say those things. Kaya, kaya feeling ko rin, kaya may mga director na very specific. Kasi alam nila, ang karamihan na nakakatrabaho nila, ganung klaseng actor. Diba? Nang nag-aano na sila. As opposed to someone like me na, sige lang, papakinggan ko lang lahat yan. Napapansin ko yun, lalo na pag nakakagawa ako ng mainstream. Pag umuo lang ako, nang wala akong tanong, kasi usually meron eh. May mga umuo, pero direct, may gaga. Yung wala talagang tanong, papakinggan ko, paproseso ko, okay, alam ko na yung gagawin ko. And so medyo na-weirdohan sila sa akin in that sense. 'Di ba? Yung na-feel ko yun eh kasi lalo na pag AD yung nagbibigay sa akin yung Miss Angeli, pwede bang ganito ganito, sa katingin lang ako sa kanila. Well, given hindi rin
Pero
naman
hindi
kasi
nila alam kasi gumagana na yung utak mo.
oo, yung iniisip ko na kung paano siya mag-work. Tapos nakaganon, okay lang. Yes, try natin.
Acting is a matter of strategizing din, ano, in a lot of ways. Yung isang question ko is, do you give trainings to directors on how to, like, direct actors, deal with actors?
I had the opportunity to do that once. Hindi na siya naulit kasi nakalimutan ko na kung bakit. Pero parang hindi naman issue of me but more on nagka-pandemic kasi. So parang, ewan ko, hindi ko alam kung pera o yung drive ng mga tao ang dahilan. But nahinto siya. But yes, I was able to give a course on how to direct actors. And contrary to popular belief, when an acting coach teaches directors, you are not going to be taught how to act. Una sa lahat, ba't gagawin mo? Arte ka ba? Di ba parang tanga eh. So, kasi yun yung expect nila na talagang tumambling ako. Kasi, doon, first day, nagtataka sila bakit wala silang acting exercises. Tapos tinanong ko, bakit kayo nag-expect na acting exercises? Kasi yun daw yung ginawa sa kanila ng previous teacher. Tapos ako, ha? Napaganoon talaga ako. Ang akin lang is, as a director, the most you need is an understanding of the process of acting and maybe an understanding of human emotions. Ganon. So how do you direct them? So you don't need to take an acting course. I mean, it would be great if you wanted to do that, right? And the reason that I don't give acting courses to directors is also because of a personal experience. Nakakatawa to. Meron kasi akong nakatrabahong director na nag-take ng isang acting workshop. Okay? So, nung dinidirect niya ako, natatawa ako kasi ginagamit niya yung language ng workshop. Tapos gusto ko sabihin sa kanya, that is not how you direct. Diba? You're only teaching me how you feel about this. Pero ako yung gagawa. You're not actually helping. Diba? So yun yung realization ko na hindi nila kailangan kasi they get confused with the language. Ang bawat technique may language eh. So alam namin agad, ay Strasbourg, ay Adler, ay Meisner, ay Morris, ay Chabak. Alam namin yun, di ba? So the minute na marinig namin yun from a director, ako personally na-off ako talaga kasi akin yun eh. Yun yung sa akin, yun yung i-direct mo na lang ako. Yun. So yun yung sinasabi ko sa mga director, hindi mo kailangan ng jargon. Kailangan mo lang malaman kung paano sila kausapin. And there is a very specific way to do that. Diba? Given na you have a little movie in your head already, given that you're very specific about how you want this scene to turn out, there is a way to talk to actors to get that out of them without resorting to acting jargon. Yeah.
Or parang na inuutos mo na yung gagawin.
Oo.
In relation to that, relationship with directors, I know that you have, for instance, starred in, hindi ko alam kung star yung tamang term, pero starred in many films of Lav Diaz. During that time that he was also gaining attention from the international scene. How was that like? Na kasama ka dun sa niya na yun, rise niya.
Alam mo yung weird? I took it, shucks, hindi talaga ako, alam ko kung ano, how this is gonna sound like, pero I kind of took it in stride. Kasi parang, again, hindi talaga pumapasok yung salitang swerte sa utak ko. It was more like, syempre. Yung parang gano'n, syempre mapapansin siya. Syempre mapapansin ako. And I'm grateful for that. But I don't, hindi ako na-overwhelmed in the sense na, oh my God, nasa Cannes kami. Oh my God,
nakagown ka.
Oh my God. Hindi siya ganun talaga for me eh. Hindi ko, ang I don't really want to understand why, but I do know na it's because I felt na I earned this. For me, it's about time. Di ba? Yung parang gano'n. For me, it was about time. But again, like you said, kasabay ako sa time na ano na pag-angat niya, hindi pag-angat, yung napapansin na nga siya. And since ang pinanghahawakan ko is I'm a storyteller, just like love. It was, I just wanted to be there and I felt like I deserved to be there because I was part of the storytelling. Parang ganon. And again, it still wasn't about me. It was about the film. Parang ganon. Does that?
Yeah.
Kaya hindi ako na, nainis pa nga ako eh. Kailangan ko ng gown. Ganun pa.
Oo, di ba?
Gown?
Mag-aabala, di ba? Mag-aabala
pa
pa.
ako. Yung naiinis ako. But definitely, it was more, yes, I am part of the story. And I just want to share something na sinabi ni Agnes Varda. So, syempre, di ba, the mother of the French New Wave because ito talaga swerte. Sasabihin ko, oh my God, I actually got to talk to her. Hindi lang meet na hi, hello ha, nakausap ko siya. Kaya, at ang kapal na mukha ko by the way, kasi papunta siya ng CR, hinabol ko. Alam kong iihi si madam, pero
Huwag ka munang umihi. Yeah. Mahalaga to.
Pero kinausap niya ako, nakakaloka siya. I was so starstruck. Sobrang starstruck ako. And I was saying the stupidest things talaga tulad ng thank you, I just feel so lucky, kineme. Doon lumabas yung mga churot na yon, ano. Sabi niya sa akin, kasi pinuri niya ako sa Iloilo. Tapos ang immediate reaction ko bilang Pinoy, bilang ganito yung conditioning natin, ano, ang sabi ko, hindi ko tinanggap yung compliment. Sinabi ko, oh no, it was the director. Kung maganda man yung nakita mo, it was because of the director. And then, she looked at me. Sabi niya, no, it was you too. Sabi niya, kasi kaya namin binibigay ang camerador sa isang pelikula is dahil nakikita namin ang kontribusyon ng lahat ng taong involved dito. So you deserve the camerador just as much as he does. You are part of the storytelling. So ako, lugar na ako.
Na-lecturean ka tuloy ni Agnes Varda.
Oo, na-lecturean ako. Pero di ba, thank you. Siguro dahil iniiyak siya, di ba? So natulala talaga ako. Din nakaihi na siya. Sabi ko, talaga? And then na-realize ko pag uwi, oo nga naman, yun naman yung sinasabi ko dati sa sarili ko eh. But sometimes, it hits home when somebody else like her says it. Kasi ang laki ng can. Yung camera door, hindi ko pa maintindihan kung ano siya at that time. Di ba? Alam ko lang na, oh, camera door, first film awardee, ganyan. I didn't know what it meant.
Dahil French yun. Dahil French siya to begin with.
Hindi ko alam kung ano yung significance niya.
Yeah.
Parang ganun, di ba? Hindi ko alam kung ano yung significance niya. Tapos ayun, parang, so tinanggap ko siya. Over the years, tinanggap ko siya na, yeah, I do deserve it. Di ba? I do. Thank you. Oh my God, di ba? So more and more na-reinforce sa akin na it is not about you. Kaya going back lang to how you work, directors and actors, di ba? In the same way, it's also not about the director din. It's about how all these elements come together and now we have a very good story. Di ba? The director is captain of the ship, that's for sure. Di ba? But just as an actor has to be open to instructions, the director has to be open to creative input from other people. Not just from the actor, but also from their production designer, yung ganyan-ganyan. Everyone involved on the team. Kaya nga team eh. Diba? So parang from that, yun talaga yung, if I ever, and I have been lucky na mapadpad sa set na ganun ka, collaborative lahat, ang sarap, kahit napakahirap ng ginagawa nyo, yung, oh my God, I love my job. Ganun talaga yung, diba?
May high.
Oo eh, nagkwento ka eh. And I think that's why people come together. We have a story to tell. And we care.
Yeah. And for more than 2 decades of being a vessel for that storytelling, do
Mm.
you still have ideas or a wish to work in the production side? Like behind the camera, o mag-SM ulit, mag-PM, ganyan. Meron ka pa bang na gano'n?
Oo. Sa totoo lang. Kasi honestly, ang galing kong PM dati. Alam mo yun? Yung parang, hindi ko ma-explain kasi iba yung high na nakukuha ko as a PM. Okay, ito nakakatawa tong moment na to. May one time na it was my best work as a PM. Nakatayo ako sa taas, di ba, theater pababa. Ito yung station, doon ako sa taas. Tapos tinitingnan ko lahat. Sabi ko, oh my God, nandito lahat ng taong to dahil sa akin. Napapakain ko ang lahat ng taong to. May rehearsal fees sila. Nababayaran ko tong venue to. Lahat ng tao nandito dahil sa akin. I brought them together. May ganun akong hindi power eh. May ganun akong hindi ko alam paano explain. Basta may ganun.
Like, you wanna make things happen.
Yes, and it was so easy for me. Ang weird. Mahirap ang production management,
Oo
diba? But
naman, kakabuang yun. Diba?
nag-i-enjoy ako sa kanya noon, sobra. So ngayon na medyo hindi naman nakakapahinga. Hindi pa rin naman ako nakakapahinga talaga. Pero I find myself thinking about that. And I do want to try producing again. And naalala ko siya recently kasi right now I have this ongoing class, di ba? So, nagpaandar ako. Nagpaandar ako, sabi ko sa mga estudyante ko, may recital kayo ha. Pero ito yung ginawa ko, hindi siya basta-basta recital na mag-perform kayo sa Hener Cafe, tapos bahala na hindi. Meron akong director, meron akong crew, ganon. Meron akong taga-edit.
Gumawa siya ng prod.
Ako ng prod, para akong tanga. Diba, nang hindi ko nare-realize na yun na yung ginagawa ko. And it was so easy to bring these people together. So yun yung sinasabi ko na, bakit ako nadadalian? Diba? Normal yung hirap-hirap nito. At ganun lang ha, yung tipong, pwede ka ba? Yung ganun, pwede ka? Kasi yung estudyante ko, ganyan. Game, ganyan. And just like that, they were there. And just like that, I have editors. So ang kulang ko na lang, yung date actually. Tapos na eh, na-edit na. Yung date na lang ng screening. At saka ko i-release sa mga students as their acting reel. So nag-produce ko siya. Sabi ko, tapos yun na nga, na hindi ko na napansin na yun na yung ginagawa ko. Sabi lang ng estudyante ko, alam mo bang nag-produce ka na? Pag talaga ako, oh my God. So parang, ang iniisip ko lang, if I manage to do that in a matter of days, what if, ayun na naman ako, what if, I love those words what if binigyan ako ng isang buong script? And the reason then, aside from ang dali, syempre sasabihin ng mga PM na nakikinig, di ba? Yung, madali, akala mo lang. Ganyan. Alam ko naman, okay, na mahirap siya. But another reason then that's making me look at it again is because nafo-frustrate ako sa... Oh my God, napaka-tricky na sasabihin ko. Nafo-frustrate ako. Oh my God, sasabihin ko na. Okay?
Go! This is the space.
Naalala nyo na yung unang beses na sumabog yung Cinemalaya. Yung first year ng Cinemalaya. Everyone wanted to be part of it. Because we saw na walang celebrity. Wala. Lahat taga-teatro. And all of a sudden, we realized we can do this. We can be part of this industry. Diba? And ang successful ng first year. Even the filmmakers were saying, ang sarap namin katrabaho. Ganyan. Pagdating ng second year, agad-agad, pinasukan na. I mean, sorry for the word. Pero biglang, the theater actors were suddenly being shoved aside in favor of celebrities. putting pressure on the filmmakers na kailangan kong bayaran yung TF niyan. Eh hindi ba yun nga yung beauty ng paggawa ng independent film? Nagkakwento lang tayo. It's not about the actor.
And all of a sudden, it's the same system.
All of a sudden, naitsupwera na naman kami. So there was, I mean, I might as well say it, na bad trip talaga kami. Diba? And I'm sure na bad trip din yung mga director kasi all of a sudden, I have to pay this much. Independent film nga kami. Wala
Considering na very minimal lang naman yung grant na...
Exactly. Diba? Tapos sasabihan, hindi, kung gusto mo siya, maghanap ka ng ibang producer. It became a business in just the second year. And it continued into other independent film festivals. So ako talaga yung every time na tinatanong ako, at the time how do you feel about artistas penetrating independent film? Siyempre hindi ko masabi yung totoo, di ba? Di ba?
Yeah. And it's so nice to hear it from your perspective, from the perspective of an actress. Kasi I think that's something that people do not say, na the form that it tried to create become the same thing that it wanted not to be.
Di ba? Na parang
it's a topic that a lot of people try to avoid.
Oh, they don't say it, di ba? When
But
you say
but everybody knows. But everybody knows that naman.
Exactly. Everybody knows it. So, ba't nila natin pag-usap? So, parang dun ako nainis kasi naging business siya. And then after a while, sinabi ko na sa sarili ko, eto na yun tanggapin ko na lang. Kasi kung gusto ko ng trabaho, alam nga namang maging purist ako, di ba? Parang mga director nga pumayag na di tanggapin ko na rin, di ba? Now, what I learned over the years is that these celebrities who say yes to independent films, it's also because they want to learn. So nakita ko rin yung desire na yun na, okay, they want to improve. They're looking for self-improvement. They're looking to expand themselves as actors. So I'm for that. I'm here for that. So nung eventually tinatanong ako ulit, how do you feel? Meron na akong totoong sinasabi na sincere na it has leveled the playing ground in a way for actors for actors na pwede na ring kumawala yung mga artista dun sa public figure persona nila. They can do whatever they want now. They're learning. Pagbalik nila sa mainstream, may bago na silang natutunan. At kami namang mga independent film actors, theater actors, may natututunan din kami sa kanila. So there's a marriage of those sensibilities that has been beneficial for us. Ganon. Pero syempre, nandun pa rin ako sa kailangan pa rin ng producer na iba para lang mabayaran yung mga artista. So, yun lang yung I think is the struggle pa rin. And it's still sometimes difficult to accept kapag nangyayari siya sa'yo. Na for example, I'm just gonna say this without mentioning names. For example, ikaw na talaga, ikaw ni artista, ikaw na, kinukulit ako every month. Uy, sa sa October ganyan ganyan. Pina-block off sa akin yung isang buong buwan ko. So lahat ng inquiry ko, hindi ako pwede ng October, keme. End of September, biglang sinabi sa akin na pinalitan ako ng artista. Pinalitan ako ng artista kasi kailangan nila ng pera. And the artista is going to produce. So sobrang sama ng loob ko, di ba? Kasi nawalan ako ng trabaho. Paano ako magbabayad ng bills tsaka ng rent. Pero again, looking back, directors and producers, they have to do what they have to do. And I should not, okay, I'm saying this because I should not take it personally, but I do. And why am I taking it personally? Because this is my job. I love what I do. And the truth is, everything is personal. Nagkukwento tayo Katotohanan yung inilalatag natin sa pinilakang tabing. I bring something very personal to my work. So if this happens to me, I do take it personally. You know? So...
And you should.
Diba? Hindi ako magpapaka-plastic na, hindi, I get it. I mean, I do get it, but I'm still taking it personally.
Because you don't want to cultivate that culture also of,
diba?
Medyo unethical practice. Yeah.
Diba? Which brings me to that reason why I'm looking at producing again. Kasi I don't want this to happen to anyone else. Diba? Yung parang that felt so bad. Sa totoo lang, 'di ba? Why do we do this to people? Not just actors ha. Yung sasabihin natin na, uy, ikaw na to ha, block off mo na yan. Tapos biglang papalitan ka kasi wala silang budget.
Yeah.
I do not want anyone to go through that. And if I can be in a position to prevent that from happening, I want to be there.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Kasi you know how it feels to be in that sector. Napapasarap ang usapan ng bonggang-bongga. Pero meron ako kasi mga tanong na hindi ako makatulog pag hindi ko natanong. Which character? Paano ba? Ayoko sabihin favorite, pero which characters did you play ang na-enjoy mo talaga gawin? Like, thankful ka that you did.
Norte, definitely. Norte hanggang kasaysayan. I am so thankful for that opportunity. Nakakatawa to. Gusto kong sabihin buhaya, pero meron akong... Okay, sasabihin ko yung buhaya only because may natutunan ako sa set na yon na I otherwise would not have. I liked Bagahe because the process of Zig was we had no script and I am here for that. Yung ganun, yung the allow.
You did not have a script?
Maraming script. Hindi kasi we were just given instructions na very simple instructions na kung bakit nangyayari yung scene. So, and as an actor, that's really all I need eh. Diba? I need to know why this scene is here. Especially kung walang, yun na nga, diba? I need to know why the scene is here. And usually, if you have a script, I already know that. So, ang kailangan ko na lang, a few instructions, diba? But in the absence of, yun lang yung kailangan ko at the time. Why are we doing this? Tapos sabihin ni Zig kung bakit. Okay, alam ko na. Alam ko na kung anong gagawin ko. So the freedom, the creative freedom that I had on that film, thank you. Sobrang thankful ako for that experience. And yung iba naman were in, well, with this one specifically was in theater. I did Three Sisters, Chekhov's Three Sisters, and Loy Arsenas was the director. Sobrang gusto ko yung proseso na yun. Sobra. And also my experience doing that play reinforced the idea for me na I have to know who I am and accept who I am. It really happened. Hindi naman it happened there. It confirmed it for me there. That I had to know exactly who I am. I had to accept myself, and not just accept myself. I had to be happy with what I have, with who I am. Because that's the only way you can be truthful as an actor. I personally believe. Yeah. So those
And
are...
world peace.
Huh?
And world peace.
And world peace. Sana.
Ako, ito naman yung isang ito na naman yung sobrang napakano na tanong para sa akin. I just want to know your insights. Kasi, di ba, parang recently, I mean, you know, ikaw, bonggang-bongga ka, like, for example, kunyari, just sa Iloilo. And then, I'm just talking about the Filipino actors who are making a splash, so to speak, abroad. Like, for example, itong si Dali De Leon naman, nandiyan siya sa Triangle of Sadness. Si Soliman Cruz. I mean, di ba, ang daming mga would you say na finally napapansin at nabibigyan ng vehicle, na magandang vehicle, ang mga Filipino actors? Or is it a long time coming na actually delayed na nga to, dapat dati pa?
Alam mo, yes and yes sa sinabi mo. Na parang, yes, it's a long time coming, pero also, yes, finally napapansin tayo. I would say it's a long time coming because nga of the state of the industry and how acting is viewed dito sa Pilipinas. Right? So it has been a long time coming para sa akin kasi ngayon, out of all the points in time, ready yung mga artista natin. For whatever reason, they are ready. Pero it's also, kaya, paano ba? Mali eh. Kaya finally, di ba? Kasi now they see us. But the truth is, noon pa nila tayo nakikita. Hindi lang nila alam kung paano tayo, hindi eh. Hindi, grabe masalimuot tong sagot na ano. Okay, ganito. Kasi nga, kasi nga may certain pagtingin ng pag-arte dito sa atin, di ba? At dahil doon, karamihan ng mga artista, saan pa sila galing? Mainstream theater, indie TV, whatever. Ang gusto lang nila, dito lang sila nakatingin. 'Di ba? Dito lang sila nakatingin kasi nga ang industriya, ito ang tingin sa pag-arte. Ito ang tingin sa pagsikat. Ito ang ibig sabihin ng pagiging celebrity. So lahat, karamihan anyway, yun ang dito nakatingin because of that. Does that make sense?
Oo, nalilimit yung mga possibilities na pwede.
Oo. So it's not because walang avenue, because there has been. I mean, paano ako makakapasok sa Iloilo kung wala? Meron. And before me, meron din. So bakit hindi siya nabubuksan? And I think it's because hindi nga kasi nakatingin yung mga tao doon. But the pandemic was a blessing in disguise for everyone. 'Di ba? Nag-online lahat, including auditions. So now they know how to contact us. And at the same time, now we know na we can contact them. You know, so it's a pandemic thing. It's a pandemic phenomenon. Noon pa siya. Like I said, may mga people before me who managed to do it. It's just that we didn't know about it because we were not online. We were on TV. You know what I mean? Doon tayo nakatingin. But now, 'di ba? So dahil sobrang everyone is online, everything is accessible, and now sila yung napapansin. 'Di ba? So technically, yes, it's a long time coming, but it had to happen this way because you have to be ready for something like this. You know, and it's yes, swerte, but also because you're ready.
Nice. That's a spark of hope. Ready na pala tayo.
Ready na. At hindi lang yun, they want us. They want us. Kasi, I might as well say this, kasi diba, as a designated Meisner teacher, I'm part of an international community of teachers, right? So, nababalitaan ko, for example, in America, right now, Filipinos are really hot. And why are we hot? Kaya nating maging Asian. Kaya nating maging Latino. Pwede pa rin tayong, may mga Pilipino nga na magmumukhang Chinese, Korean, whatever. We pass. In one of my recent projects I played an Indian because I pass. We pass for so many ethnicities. That's why we're hot. We are hot. If only, diba? If only we knew that. Diba?
Yeah, so, I thought limitation yung pagiging natin.
No.
Pilipina, sa accent, sa ano.
No.
At saka parang feeling ko nagkaroon din ng ngayon nagkaroon din ng parang in a sense awareness and at the same time interest dun sa kultura natin. Like for example, yung pelikula mo na Holy Emmy, 'di ba yung
yung Greek.
Napanood mo ba?
Oo, napanood na.
Oh my God, hindi ko pa napapanood. I don't know what it looks like.
Talaga ba?
Hindi ko na sasabihin sa iyo yung spoilers. As naman, hindi mo alam pa rin nangyari. Hindi. Pero yun na nga parang Filipino yung focus. It's a Greek-produced na, di ba? The director is Greek. Tapos, pero yung pinapakita doon is the kultura nung Pilipino, nung magkapatid. Wala lang. Para ako, in a sense, I feel, in a sense, sorry, pero I feel validated na, wow, we exist. As a people, we exist. I can see, finally, I can see people who look like me, who speak Tagalog or who speak like Filipino in a non-Filipino produced films. And for me, that's that's a very big thing. That's very validating for me.
It is, it is.
Ah.
And kasi it's a fact din naman eh, na parang ang daming Pinoy kung saan-saan, Diyos mio, 'di ba? Um,
Mhm.
na you never know na Pinoy pala yung kausap mo kasi mukhang ano, 'di ba? Yung we pass nga
Oo.
kasi,
Yeah,
'di
yeah,
ba?
yeah.
So ang ganda nun, ang ganda lang ng idea. I mean, ang ganda knowing na pag may pumunta sa atin ngayon sa America, oh yeah, I'm Filipino, ganun.
Aha.
'Di ba? So
Yeah.
parang, alam mo na, Avie, nandiyan ka
Oo
na.
nga eh.
'Di ba?
Timing.
Oo.
Oo,
'Di
timing.
ba? So might as well, you're there, 'di ba? So,
Mhm.
yung ito naman yung nakakatawa, share ko lang. Meron akong student na Tisay. Super, super, super Tisay. Okay, so dito, alam mo na, cast yan, agad,
Oo,
Tisay.
bida siya. Yeah.
Pumunta dyan. Wala siyang nagawa. Kasi,
Ah.
mukha siyang Caucasian.
So, hindi kasi siya nag-stand out.
Oo.
Marami siyang kakumpetensya.
Oo, marami siyang kamukha pagdating diyan. Syempre sabi niya sa akin, akala ko ba Filipinos are hot? Syempre hindi ko masabi, hindi ka kasi mukhang Pinoy, gaga. Hindi talaga. Kasi ka, dito
Oo.
ka na lang kung gusto mong yumaman, 'di ba? Pero hindi ko alam eh, parang and that's the challenge for them. Kasi if you look like everyone else, you're gonna have to train harder,
Mhm.
'di ba? Pero ang
Mhm.
mga Pinoy, diyan, una sa lahat, oh, 'di ba? Ang ganda natin, moreno, morena, 'di ba?
Oo. Gumano ng buhok.
Patay ka na ng buhok.
Doon pa lang kuha na tayo eh,
Mhm.
'di ba? We already have our foot in the door because they like the way we look. We
Mhm.
pass. So ngayon, ang
Mhm.
titingnan nila, is this person trained? Yun. So it's really still about training. 'Di ba? I mean, I might as well say that yes, hot tayo mga Pinoy ngayon abroad, but they will never hire you if you're not trained. Mm.
Mhm. Yeah. I think as in any any art form, when you paint, you have to be trained. When you sing, you
Oo.
have to do the work. You really have to do the work.
Feeling ko that's the problem with artists kasi. Like for example, Angeli Bayani. Na parang, sabi may last name talaga, di ba?
Oo
Yes,
nga.
syempre.
hindi, hindi mala talaga first name basis. Hindi, ano tawag dito? Kasi they make it so easy. They make it look so easy na
Mhm.
people, di ba, yung mga tao tuloy akala nila, ganun lang pala mag-arte, ganyan, ganyan, o tingin-tingin ka lang na ganyan, o may nalaglag na sampayan dyan, ayun, tapos habulin mo sa pababa, ganyan. Hindi nila alam yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, the effort, the training, the
Mhm.
preparation, lahat ng paghahanda. Kaya pagdating mo dun sa screen na ganyan, ang dali-daling tingnan. Diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's weird eh, 'di ba? Parang yung conundrum ba ang tamang word? Parang kasi nga it looks easy, 'di ba? But when you get there, you have to deal with so many factors like camera, blocking.
Yeah.
So an actor, someone who is not trained, will get confused with all of that.
Yeah.
So ang nangyayari, aarte sila. Ayun na, 'di
Oo,
ba?
aarte sila, mag-memorize sila. Amazing. You know what? We learned a lot, not only about acting, but the industry. Binigyan mo kami ng overview ng ganito pala yon yung industry, ganito pala nag-navigate yung mga actors in the Philippines and abroad and wherever. Yeah, ang dami ko natutunan. And I'm saying that because if you look at all the film books and journals, there's no study about acting, like
Mm.
how acting figures into Philippine cinema or cinema in general. Wala pang ganung path of practice ng scholarship. Hindi nila siya
Oo.
pinapag-usapan.
Oo.
Sa atin kasi yung acting is more of like, celebrity. Yung
Mhm.
datingan kasi. Ang daming write-ups about but na yung mga write-ups are not the things that would like, would you would want to like, read over and over, and something that would
Oo.
na after so many decades yun pa rin yung babasahin mo at meron kang matututunan. So hindi siya naging scholastic discourse
Oo,
yung sa
it's
mga
or kung
artista.
meron man, it's about stardom, about
Yes,
fan
yeah.
base,
Yung mga
phenomenon, ganun yung mga approach. So thank you for the generosity to share your insights.
naman.
Mahalaga yan. Like, we encourage more
Mm.
actors to be that outspoken and critical, I think, kasi there's a lot of criticality in what you shared today. Dami ko natutunan. Ano ba yan?
Thank you din for the space. Kasi syempre, di ba, hindi ko naman masasabi to if you did not provide this space. So thank you din for that.
Thank you, thank you. Pero, bago tayo maghiwalay, ano aabangan namin sa'yo?
Right now, tinatapos ko lang yung classes ko. I have 3 ongoing classes. Wow, di ba? Para
Wow, 3 batches.
3 classes. So every day ako basically nagtuturo. And kung may aabangan man sila, meron akong hopefully matuloy. Sa December, I might do another Cinemalaya, hopefully, if all goes well. So, yon, back to acting, ganyan. Back to independent film, ganyan. So, yon, that's ahead for me. And but mostly I will, for the rest of the year, I'm just teaching. And paano ko ba, can I just say this? Ano kung why I decided to teach then is because I want to know that actors are collaborators and they are also artists. They're not just people who take instructions at gagawin na nila yung gusto. So parang just to I mean, I personally think my classes, wow, without being mayabang ha, I personally think na if you take my class, you will at least know how you figure into this industry. You will know why you're here, basically. You will know what your contribution is. Whatever it is, basta. So that's something I hope people will look forward to. And I might as well say, may mga nagsisit in na writers and directors sa classes ko and they find value in it. And it excites me. So, kaya ako din gusto, na-appreciate yung tanong mo kanina, Cenon, na do I teach directors? We are getting ready for that.
And how do they reach you again? What's the Facebook page or site?
Yeah, so we are on Facebook and Instagram as Meisner Studio Manila, and we have a website, meisnerstudiomanila.com. You can reach me in any of those, on any of those platforms.
Ang one last question ko, ewan ko kung si Cenon meron pa, is imagine like there are 10 younger versions of you right now na gusto maging artista or napipilitan mag-artista. What do you tell them?
I would tell them the same thing that I've been saying to my students. I would tell this little girl na to follow your heart and you can never go wrong. Alam ko napaka-cliche, 'di ba? Parang I suppose, but it's okay. Kasi when you grow up, you're not taught to follow your heart. Sinasabi lang siya sa'yo.
You're taught to pay the bills.
Yes, you are taught to follow and obey. You are expected, yes, to pay the bills, graduate, get high grades, get a job, pay the bills, support yourself. But never, never do they mean what they say na follow your heart. Sinasabi, naririnig ko yan growing up, but I know they don't mean it. So I grew up wondering what it actually meant. Follow my heart? What does that mean? But now I know what it means. If only people meant, and people knew what it really meant, diba? We would have less issues, less mental health situations, and people will just be where they are meant to be, not just surviving, but thriving, prospering, flourishing, and at the end of the day, basically having fun. Because I believe na if you love what you're doing, you are enabling others to do the same thing. Yun.
And world.
And world peace.
Peace.
Talaga. Ex, ikaw, men.
Bongga ka naman itong mga sagot na to.
Oo
Parang,
nga eh, sabi ko sa
parang
inyo.
Miss University.
Di ba? If you had just known back then na, pwede ko pala gawin to, di sana, di ba? I could have spared myself, but that's part of the journey.
Yes.
Ganun.
Thank you very much for your time, for the generosity, sa lahat ng mga shinare mo, sa lahat ng mga learnings na, na i-share mo sa amin. And at the same time, sana magkaroon ulit tayo ng opportunity na ganito. Like in the future, if kung meron kang gustong ikwento or may mga bagong kaganapan sa iyong buhay, may mga bagong proyekto that you would want to, like, discuss in detail, baka pwede doon na namin isabay yung mga natitira pa namin
Ay, sure.
mga question.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. At for the meantime, by tradition, screen cap tayo. I've never mastered ever, but I'm gonna try. 1, 2, 3. Ayun, nag-work. Maraming salamat. Thank you for guesting. Good luck in everything that you do. And thank you to the people who listen to us, however lengthy the episodes are. But
And then at the same time, let's just remind yung mga nakikinig sa ating mga nanonood, we are on YouTube at ScreenCap PH. Nandoon din naman tayo sa Facebook at mga social media accounts. But more importantly, available tayo sa podcast. We have meron tayong channel sa Apple Podcast, sa Amazon, Spotify, sa Google Podcast, and other podcast directories. So subscribe and download na lang yung episodes namin. And especially this particular episode, just laugh trip talaga ito. Hindi ko alam. Parang komedyana yata yung guest natin ngayon.
Komedyante siya talaga.
Komedyante pala siya.
Maraming salamat sa paklaan.
Hanggang sa susunod ulit. Bye-bye. Salamat.
Bye. Salamat.